The air in the grand chamber of the Galactic Council was thick with tension as delegates from across the known universe gathered to discuss the pressing matter at hand. For centuries, the Council had maintained a delicate balance of power, with each member civilization contributing its unique strengths to the greater good. But the sudden and rapid rise of humanity had disrupted that carefully cultivated equilibrium, leaving the other races unsettled and uncertain. At the head of the rectangular table sat the venerable Zarian overseer, his ancient eyes scanning the sea of unfamiliar faces. Beside him, the Exilorian delegate, Grathkor, shifted uncomfortably in his seat, his towering frame dwarfing those around him. It was clear that the Exilorians, known for their militaristic tendencies, viewed the humans as a grave threat to their hegemonic ambitions. Clearing his throat, the overseer raised a gnarled hand, commanding the attention of the restless delegates. My esteemed colleagues, we find ourselves at a crossroads. The humans have emerged from relative obscurity to become a force to be reckoned with, their technological advancements outpacing even our most advanced civilizations. The question before us is this: do we welcome them into our fold, or do we seek to contain their influence? A murmur of debate rippled through the chamber, with some delegates voicing their concerns about the risks posed by human unpredictability, while others argued that the potential benefits of collaboration far outweighed the drawbacks. Grathkor rose from his seat, his deep voice rumbling like distant thunder. The humans have demonstrated a reckless disregard for the established order. Their rapid expansion and unbridled ambition threaten to destabilize the very foundations of our interstellar community. We cannot trust them to uphold the tenets of the Galactic Accords, nor can we be certain that their true motives are noble. Eliza Callahan, the human ambassador, straightened her shoulders and fixed the Tylorian with a steady gaze. Honourable delegates, I understand the apprehension you feel towards my people. We are, after all, relative newcomers to this grand and ancient tapestry of civilizations. But I assure you, our intentions are not those of conquerors, but of partners and collaborators. She paused, allowing her words to sink in before continuing. Humanity has endured countless challenges, from the ravages of war to the devastation of environmental crisis. Yet, we have persevered, driven by an insatiable curiosity and a commitment to progress that has defined our very essence. It is this same spirit that has led us to the threshold of the Galactic Council, seeking not dominance, but the opportunity to contribute our unique strengths to the betterment of all. Grathkor scoffed, his reptilian features twisting in disdain. And what of your species' history of violence and aggression? How can we be certain that you will not bring those same destructive tendencies to the wider galaxy? Eliza's expression hardened, her eyes narrowing. We are not blind to the darker chapters of our past, Grathkor, but we have learned from those mistakes, and we now stand ready to embrace a future of cooperation and mutual understanding. The humans have much to offer: advancements in medicine, engineering, and even interstellar travel that could benefit all who dwell within the Galactic Accords. The overseer raised a hand, silencing the growing murmurs. Ambassador Callahan makes a compelling case. However, the concerns voiced by the Silurian delegate are not without merit. We must carefully weigh the risks and rewards before making a decision that will echo through the ages. He turned his gaze to the assembled delegates, his ancient eyes reflecting the gravity of the moment. I propose that we convene a special commission, tasked with thoroughly investigating the capabilities and intentions of the human race. Only then can we make an informed decision about their inclusion in the Galactic Council. Eliza nodded, her expression resolute. The humans welcome such scrutiny. We have nothing to hide and much to offer. I am confident that, Given the opportunity, we will demonstrate our worthiness to stand alongside you as equals." Grathcor's scale brow furrowed in suspicion, but he inclined his head in reluctant agreement. "So be it. But know this, human. We will be watching your every move with the utmost vigilance." As the delegates began to file out of the chamber, a sense of unease hung in the air. The future of the Galactic Council, and perhaps the fate of the entire galaxy, now hinged on the outcome of this critical investigation. In the days that followed, the Galactic Council's Special Commission wasted little time in launching its investigation into the human race. Delegates from across the known universe descended upon Earth, eager to uncover the truth behind the planet's rapid technological ascent and assess the potential risks posed by its burgeoning power. Eliza Callahan, the human ambassador, greeted the commission with open arms, intent on showcasing the best that her species had to offer. She guided the delegates on a whirlwind tour of humanity's most impressive achievements, from the sprawling metropolises that dotted the planet's surface to the advanced research facilities where the next generation of groundbreaking innovations were taking shape. At the forefront of these efforts was the Unified Global Space Agency, a collaborative effort that had united the once fractious nations of Earth under a shared vision of interstellar exploration. Eliza beamed with pride as she escorted the delegates through the UGSA's state-of-the-art headquarters, showcasing the latest breakthroughs in propulsion, navigation, and communications technology. "As you can see, our species has made great strides in mastering the challenges of space travel," Eliza said, gesturing to a towering rocket engine that dominated the cavernous hangar. "With each passing year, we move closer to establishing a permanent human presence beyond our home world, forging new connections and alliances that will shape the future of the galaxy." The Silurian delegate, Grathcor, eyed the engine with a mixture of fascination and trepidation. "Impressive, to be sure. But tell me, Ambassador Callahan, how can we be certain that these advancements will not be leveraged for more aggressive purposes?" Eliza's expression darkened slightly, but she maintained her composure. "I assure you, Grathcor, that the humans have no desire for galactic domination. Our space program is focused solely on exploration, scientific research, and the betterment of all sentient beings. We seek to learn from our neighbours, not to conquer them." The Silurian's reptilian features twisted in a skeptical sneer. "And what of your species' history of war and conflict? Surely, you cannot expect us to believe that such tendencies have been abandoned entirely." Eliza took a deep breath, her gaze unwavering. "It is true that we have not always been at peace, Grathcor, but we have learned from those dark chapters, and we now recognize the folly of such destructive behavior. The humans are a species driven by curiosity, by a thirst for knowledge, and by a desire to create a better future for all. We have much to offer the Galactic Council, if only you will give us the chance to prove our worth." As the Commission's investigation continued, the delegates were exposed to a dizzying array of human achievements, from advanced medical techniques that could prolong life to groundbreaking advancements in renewable energy and sustainable agriculture. The Silurian delegate, though still visibly wary, found himself grudgingly impressed by the ingenuity and resourcefulness of the human race. However, not all of the Commission's findings were so positive. During their visit to a sprawling military research facility, the delegates uncovered evidence of experimental weapons technologies, including directed energy devices and next-generation propulsion systems that could easily be adapted for combat. Grathcor pounced on this discovery, his booming voice echoing through the facility's cavernous halls. "So, the humans do harbour ambitions of expansion and domination, just as we suspected. How can we trust such a species to abide by the Galactic Accords when they are clearly preparing for war?" Eliza's face darkened, and she quickly moved to defuse the situation. These technologies are not intended for conquest, Grathcore. They are defensive in nature, designed to protect our people and our allies from potential threats. We live in a dangerous galaxy, and we must be prepared to safeguard our interests. The Silurian delegate snorted derisively. Defensive, you say? I find that hard to believe, given humanity's history of violence and aggression. No, the humans seek to challenge our established order, and we cannot allow that to happen. As the Commission's final report was compiled, the tension within the Galactic Council chambers reached a fever pitch. The delegates were bitterly divided, with some championing the humans' inclusion and others adamantly opposed. The fate of humanity's future now hung in the balance, as the Council prepared to make a decision that would echo through the ages. The Galactic Council chamber was thick with anticipation as the delegates gathered to hear the findings of the Special Commission's investigation into the human race. All eyes turned to the Overseer as he rose from his seat, his ancient gaze sweeping across the room. My esteemed colleagues, the Overseer began, his voice steady and measured. The Commission has completed its thorough examination of the humans and their capabilities. The report, as you will soon hear, paints a complex and at times contradictory picture of this rapidly advancing species. He nodded to Eliza Callahan, who stood at the center of the chamber, her posture straight and her expression resolute. Ambassador Callahan, the floor is yours. Present to us your case for why the humans should be welcomed into the Galactic Council. Eliza stepped forward, her footsteps echoing in the silence. Honourable delegates, I stand before you today not as a representative of a single planet, but as a citizen of the cosmos, eager to contribute to the grand tapestry of interstellar civilization. She paused, allowing her words to sink in. The humans have indeed undergone a remarkable transformation in recent decades, driven by an insatiable curiosity and a determination to push the boundaries of what is possible. We have made great strides in fields ranging from medicine to energy production, and we believe that our innovations can benefit all who dwell within the Galactic Accords. Grathcore, the Silurian delegate, rose from his seat, his towering frame casting a long shadow across the chamber. And what of the Commission's findings regarding your species' propensity for violence and aggression? He boomed, his reptilian features twisted in a sneer. How can we trust that you will not use these advancements to pursue your own selfish aims? Eliza met the Silurian's gaze unflinchingly. It is true that the humans, like many civilizations before us, have a history of conflict and strife, but we have learned from those dark chapters, and we now recognize the folly of such destructive behavior. Our space program, our scientific advancements, and our growing presence in the galaxy are not driven by a thirst for conquest, but by a desire to explore, to learn, and to forge new connections with our cosmic neighbors. She paused, her expression hardening. We come before you not as conquerors, but as partners, eager to contribute our unique strengths to the greater good of the Galactic Council. Our history may be tumultuous, but our vision for the future is one of cooperation, unity, and a shared commitment to the principles of the Galactic Accords. Murmurs of dissent rippled through the chamber, and Grathcore's scaled brow furrowed in skepticism. And what of the weapons technologies uncovered by the Commission? How can we be certain that these will not be used for nefarious purposes? Eliza raised a placating hand. The defensive systems you discovered are not intended for aggression, Grathcore, but for the protection of our people and our allies. We live in a dangerous galaxy, and we must be prepared to safeguard our interests. However, I assure you that our ultimate goal is not conquest, but cooperation and the advancement of all sentient beings. The Overseer raised a gnarled hand, silencing the growing debate. The Commission's report has indeed painted a complex picture of the humans and their capabilities. While there are valid concerns about their potential for violence and aggression, the report also highlights the remarkable advancements they have made in fields that could greatly benefit the Galactic Council. He fixed Eliza with a penetrating gaze. Ambassador Callahan, you have made a compelling case for your species' inclusion in our ranks. However, the Council remains divided on this matter. We will need time to carefully deliberate and weigh the risks and rewards before reaching a final decision. Eliza nodded, her expression resolute. The humans are prepared to undergo any additional scrutiny the Council deems necessary. We are confident that, given the chance, we will demonstrate our worthiness to stand alongside you as equals, working towards a future of prosperity and peace for all. As the delegates filed out of the chamber, the tension in the air was palpable. The fate of the human race now hung in the balance, as the Galactic Council wrestled with the momentous decision that would shape the course of the galaxy for generations to come. The Galactic Council chamber had fallen silent in the wake of Eliza Callahan's impassioned plea for humanity's inclusion. The delegates, representatives from across the vast expanse of the known universe, were locked in a heated debate, their voices echoing off the chamber's high domed ceiling. Grathkor, the towering Silurian delegate, rose once more, his scaled features contorted in expression of barely contained disdain. The humans have demonstrated time and time again their propensity for violence and aggression. How can we, the esteemed members of the Galactic Council, trust such a species to uphold the principles of the Accords? He turned his piercing gaze to Eliza, his deep voice rumbling like distant thunder. Ambassador Callahan speaks of cooperation and partnership, but her words ring hollow in the face of the evidence we have uncovered. Your people have built weapons of unprecedented destructive power, and you claim these are for defensive purposes. I find that hard to believe. Eliza met the Silurian's accusations with unwavering composure. Grathkor, I understand your concerns, and I do not seek to diminish the troubling aspects of humanity's past. But I implore you to look beyond the surface and see the true potential of my people. She paused, allowing her words to sink in. The weapons you speak of are not intended for conquest or subjugation. They are safeguards, tools to protect our people and our allies from the very real dangers that exist in this galaxy. We have learned from the mistakes of our ancestors, and we now seek to forge a future of cooperation and mutual understanding. Grathkor snorted derisively, his reptilian eyes narrowing. Forgive me if I find your assurances less than convincing, human. Your species has shown a remarkable ability to deceive and manipulate, and I fear that welcoming you into our ranks would be akin to inviting a Trojan horse into our midst. The Overseer, his ancient gaze sweeping across the chamber, raised a gnarled hand, silencing the growing murmurs of agreement and dissent. Grathkor raises valid concerns, but we must also consider the potential benefits of extending our hand to the humans. He turned his attention to Eliza, his expression unreadable. Ambassador Callahan, you have spoken passionately about your people's desire for cooperation and partnership. Surely, you can understand our hesitation in the face of the evidence presented by the Commission. Eliza nodded, her expression solemn. I do, Overseer, and I respect the gravity of the decision you and the other delegates must make. The humans are not without our flaws, our moments of darkness and strife. But I believe that, if given the chance, we can prove ourselves worthy of a seat at your table. She paused, her gaze sweeping across the chamber. We have much to offer, advancements in medicine, engineering, and even interstellar travel that could benefit all who dwell within the Galactic Accords. Our curiosity and determination have driven us to the brink of greatness, and we seek only the opportunity to channel those qualities towards the betterment of our shared future." Grathcor opened his mouth to object, but the Overseer raised a hand, silencing him. "I believe the Ambassador makes a compelling case, Grathcor. However, the Council remains deeply divided on this matter. We must take the time to carefully weigh the risks and rewards before reaching a final decision." He fixed Eliza with a penetrating stare. "Ambassador Callahan, the Council has agreed to grant your people a probationary period, a chance to demonstrate your worthiness and your commitment to the principles of the Galactic Accords. During this time, we will continue to monitor your activities and your adherence to our laws and customs." Eliza's eyes widened, and a glimmer of hope flickered across her features. "Overseer, the humans are deeply honored by your decision. We will not squander this opportunity, I assure you. We will prove ourselves worthy of your trust, and we will work tirelessly to forge a future of peace and prosperity for all." As the delegates began to file out of the chamber, the air was thick with tension and uncertainty. The fate of humanity's place in the Galactic Council now rested on their ability to navigate the treacherous waters of diplomacy and prove their worth to a skeptical and wary audience. In the weeks that followed the Galactic Council's decision to grant humanity a probationary period, the human delegation led by Ambassador Eliza Callahan wasted no time in demonstrating their commitment to the principles of the Accords. They embarked on a whirlwind diplomatic tour, forging new alliances and strengthening existing ties with their alien counterparts. Eliza's charm and eloquence proved to be invaluable assets as she navigated the delicate web of interstellar politics. She met with the leaders of the Tylorian Imperium, the Zarian Collective, and countless other civilizations, each time impressing her hosts with humanity's technological prowess and unwavering dedication to cooperation. "We are not here to conquer or subjugate," Eliza would often state, her voice imbued with unwavering conviction. "Our desire is to learn, to share, and to work together towards a future of mutual prosperity and peace. The humans have much to offer, and we hope that, in time, you will come to see us as partners, not adversaries." Her words, though initially met with skepticism, began to resonate with the other delegates, who could not help but be impressed by the humans' rapid advancements and their genuine efforts to integrate into the galactic community. One such delegate was Tylorian Consul Grathcor, who had initially been one of the staunchest opponents to humanity's inclusion in the Galactic Council. However, as he witnessed the humans' commitment to upholding the Accords and their willingness to share their technological innovations, his stance began to soften. During a private audience with Eliza, Grathcor rumbled, "I must admit, Ambassador Callahan, that your people have surprised me. The weapons we discovered were indeed not for conquest, as you claimed, but rather for the defense of your homeworld and your allies." He paused, his reptilian features twisting into a semblance of a smile. "And your efforts to collaborate with us, to share your advancements in fields like medicine and renewable energy, have been most impressive. Perhaps I was too quick to judge your species." Eliza nodded, her expression one of cautious optimism. "I am grateful for your willingness to reconsider, Consul Grathcor. The humans have made many mistakes in our past, but we are committed to learning from them and forging a new path forward, one of cooperation and mutual understanding." She leaned forward, her gaze unwavering. "We have much to offer the Galactic Council, and we hope that, in time, we will earn your trust and the trust of all our galactic neighbours. The future is ours to shape, and we are eager to do so alongside you and the other esteemed members of this body." As the probationary period wore on, the humans continued to impress the Galactic Council with their steady progress and their unwavering commitment to the principles of the Accords. They shared their advancements in fields ranging from interstellar propulsion to revolutionary medical treatments, and they worked tirelessly to forge new partnerships and alliances. And while there were still pockets of resistance, particularly among the more conservative factions of the Council, the tide was slowly turning in humanity's favour. The Axylorians, once the harshest critics, had become staunch allies, championing the humans' cause and advocating for their full inclusion in the Galactic Council. It was during a pivotal meeting, as the Council prepared to make its final decision, that a distress call came in from a distant colony, under siege by a ruthless alien warlord. Without hesitation, Eliza Callahan stepped forward, offering the full support of the human military forces. The humans stand ready to aid our galactic neighbours in their hour of need, she declared, her voice ringing with unwavering resolve. We will not stand idly by while innocent lives are threatened. Let us show the Council and the galaxy the true strength of our commitment to the principles of the Accords. As the human ships raced towards the embattled colony, the Galactic Council watched with bated breath, their eyes fixed on the unfolding events. The fate of humanity's inclusion now hung in the balance, and the delegates knew that the outcome of this critical mission would shape the course of the galaxy for generations to come. The Galactic Council chamber was tense with anticipation as the delegates watched the unfolding situation on the distant colony. The human ships, led by Ambassador Eliza Callahan herself, had arrived on the scene, and the battle to repel the ruthless alien warlord's invasion was in full swing. Grathkor, the Silurian consul, leaned forward in his seat, his reptilian eyes fixed on the holographic display that dominated the center of the chamber. "The humans better not disappoint us," he rumbled, his deep voice betraying a hint of unease. Beside him, the Zerian overseer nodded, his ancient gaze unreadable. "They have a chance to prove their worth, Grathkor. Let us hope they are up to the task." The battle raged on, with the human forces employing a dizzying array of advanced technologies, from precision-guided munitions to advanced energy shielding. Their ships darted and weaved through the enemy's defenses, unleashing devastating salvos that slowly turned the tide of the conflict. Eliza Callahan's voice crackled over the communication channel, her tone calm and composed despite the chaos that surrounded her. "This is Ambassador Callahan to Galactic Council. We have engaged the Warlord's forces and are making steady progress, requesting additional support from our allies, if available." The delegates exchanged tense glances, their expressions a mix of hope and apprehension. Grathkor rose from his seat, his towering frame casting a long shadow across the chamber. "The Axylorian Imperium will answer the humans' call. We cannot allow this warlord to threaten the stability of the Accords." One by one, the other delegates followed suit, pledging the support of their respective civilizations to the human-led mission. The Galactic Council was united in its determination to repel the common threat, and the human forces soon found themselves bolstered by a formidable armada of alien ships. The battle raged on for hours, with both sides employing their most advanced technologies in a desperate struggle for victory. But as the dust began to settle, it became clear that the human-led forces had emerged victorious. The warlord's invasion force scattered, and in retreat. A cheer rose up from the Galactic Council chamber as the news reached them, and even the stoic Silurian consul Grathkor allowed a rare smile to cross his scaled features. "It would seem the humans have proven their worth," he rumbled, his voice tinged with a newfound respect. Eliza Callahan's image appeared on the holographic display, her expression one of grim determination. "The battle is won, but the cost has been high. We request immediate medical and humanitarian aid for the colony and its inhabitants." The overseer nodded, his ancient eyes shining with a newfound admiration. "It shall be done, Ambassador Callahan. The Galactic Council is in your debt. Your people have demonstrated their commitment to the principles of the Accords, and we are honored to call you allies." As the delegates filed out of the chamber, a palpable sense of relief and optimism filled the air. The humans had not only defended the colony, but had also proven their worth as partners in the grand tapestry of galactic civilization. The Galactic Council's decision to grant them a probationary period had been vindicated, and the path was now clear for their full inclusion in the Council. Yet, as Eliza Callahan surveyed the aftermath of the battle, a wave of bittersweet emotion washed over her. The victory had come at a heavy price, with many human and alien lives lost in the struggle. She knew that the road ahead would be long and arduous, but her determination to forge a future of peace and prosperity had only been strengthened by the events of the day. "We will honor the sacrifices of those who fell," she murmured, her gaze fixed on the distant stars. "And we will continue to prove our worth, not just to the Galactic Council, but to the entire galaxy." With that, Eliza turned and strode back towards her ship, her steps resolute and unwavering. The humans had taken their first steps onto the grand stage of galactic politics, and the future that lay before them was both daunting and filled with promise. In the aftermath of the human-led mission to defend the distant colony, the Galactic Council convened once more to deliberate on the fate of humanity's inclusion in their ranks. The chamber was thick with tension as the delegates filed in, their expressions ranging from cautious optimism to lingering skepticism. Grathkor, the Silurian consul, stood tall, his reptilian gaze sweeping across the room. The humans have proven their mettle, there is no denying that. Their bravery and determination in the face of adversity were most impressive. He paused, his features softening ever so slightly. "And their willingness to put their own lives on the line to protect our allies speaks volumes about their commitment to the principles of the Galactic Accords." The Zerian overseer nodded, his ancient eyes shining with a newfound respect. "Indeed, Consul Grathkor, the humans have earned our trust, and I believe the time has come to welcome them into the Galactic Council as full-fledged members." A murmur of agreement rippled through the chamber, but not all the delegates were convinced. A Krellian representative, her tentacles twitching with barely contained unease, rose from her seat. "While the humans' actions were commendable, we cannot ignore the potential risks they pose. Their technology is advanced, their military capabilities formidable. How can we be certain that they will not one day turn against us?" Eliza Callahan, standing tall and resolute at the center of the chamber, stepped forward, her gaze unwavering. "Honorable delegates, I understand your concerns, and I assure you that they are not unfounded. The humans have a complex and at times tumultuous history, and we have not always been the most trustworthy of galactic citizens." She paused, her expression hardening. "But I stand before you today not as a representative of a species driven by conquest or aggression, but as a citizen of the cosmos committed to the principles of cooperation, innovation, and the betterment of all sentient beings." Eliza swept her gaze across the room, making eye contact with each delegate in turn. "The humans have much to offer the Galactic Council. Advancements in medicine, engineering, and even interstellar travel that could benefit us all. We seek not to dominate, but to collaborate, to learn from our neighbours, and to forge a future of shared prosperity." The Krellian delegate's tentacles twitched, but she remained silent, her suspicion slowly giving way to a glimmer of cautious optimism. Grathkor stepped forward, his massive frame casting a long shadow across the chamber. "Ambassador Callahan speaks true. The humans have earned our trust, and I believe the time has come to welcome them into our ranks as equals." He turned to the overseer, his reptilian features twisted into a slight smile. I, Grathkor, consul of the Tylorian Imperium, cast my vote in favor of the humans' inclusion in the Galactic Council. One by one, the other delegates followed suit, their voices ringing out in support of the human cause. The Galactic Council had reached a decision, and the fate of humanity's future in the grand tapestry of galactic civilization had been sealed. As the chamber erupted into thunderous applause, Eliza Callahan felt a surge of pride and humility wash over her. The humans had come a long way, from a relatively obscure species on the fringes of the known universe to an integral part of the Galactic Council, a testament to their resilience, their ingenuity, and their unwavering commitment to the greater good. "We have earned our place here," she murmured, her gaze fixed on the distant stars that shone through the chamber's towering windows. "But now the true work begins. We must prove ourselves worthy of the trust that has been bestowed upon us, and we must continue to push the boundaries of what is possible for the benefit of all." With a renewed sense of purpose, Eliza strode forward, her steps resolute and unwavering. The humans had taken their rightful place among the stars, and the future that lay before them was filled with both challenge and opportunity. Whatever lay ahead, she knew that her people were ready to face it, united in their determination to shape the course of galactic history. In the years that followed the Galactic Council's historic decision to welcome the humans as full-fledged members, the integration of humanity into the grand tapestry of interstellar civilization proved to be a complex and at times turbulent process. There were skeptics and naysayers, those who still harbored doubts about the humans' true intentions and their ability to uphold the principles of the Galactic Accords. But under the steady leadership of Ambassador Eliza Callahan and a growing cadre of human diplomats and scientists, the humans gradually won over their galactic neighbours, forging new alliances and deepening existing partnerships with each passing year. One of the most significant breakthroughs came in the realm of medical technology, as human researchers unveiled groundbreaking treatments and therapies that could extend the lifespan of countless alien species. The Zarian Collective, renowned for their advanced medical knowledge, were particularly impressed by these innovations, and they quickly moved to establish collaborative research programs with their human counterparts. The humans have truly revolutionized the field of medicine, mused the Zarian overseer, his ancient eyes shining with a mixture of awe and pride. Their commitment to the betterment of all sentient beings is commendable, and we are honored to call them our partners in this most noble of endeavors. Grathkor, the Tylorian consul, who had once been one of the staunchest opponents to humanity's inclusion, found himself swept up in the tide of progress. He watched with growing admiration as the humans unveiled new advancements in renewable energy, sustainable agriculture, and advanced propulsion systems, technologies that could benefit civilizations across the galaxy. "I must admit, Ambassador Callahan, that I was too quick to judge your people," the Axelorian rumbled, his reptilian features twisting into a rare smile. "The humans have proven themselves to be valuable allies, and I am proud to call you partners in the Galactic Council." As the decades passed, the humans continued to make their mark on the interstellar community, contributing their unique perspectives and innovative solutions to a wide range of challenges. Their tireless efforts to promote peace, cooperation, and the advancement of all sentient beings earned them the respect and admiration of their galactic neighbours, solidifying their position as integral members of the Galactic Council. Eliza Callahan, now a revered elder statesman among her human and alien peers, looked on with a sense of bittersweet pride as the once fledgling human civilization took its rightful place among the stars. The road had been long and arduous, marked by moments of triumph and tragedy, but the vision she and her people had fought for had been realized. "We have come so far," she murmured, her gaze sweeping across the bustling spaceport that had once been her home. From a planet on the brink of environmental collapse to a galactic power, respected and admired by our peers. The humans have proven that we are worthy of a seat at the table, and we will continue to shape the future of this grand tapestry of civilizations. As the ships carrying the latest human technological advancements and scientific breakthroughs lifted off from the spaceport, Eliza felt a sense of profound gratitude and humility. The humans had not only survived the scrutiny and skepticism of the Galactic Council, but had also emerged as valued partners, their contributions essential to the ongoing quest for peace, prosperity, and the advancement of all sentient life. "We have much more to accomplish," she said, her voice tinged with a quiet determination. "The challenges that lie ahead are daunting, but I have no doubt that the humans, working alongside our galactic neighbours, will rise to meet them. For our destiny is not to conquer, but to collaborate, to learn, and to build a future that benefits us all." With those words, Eliza Callahan turned and strode towards the waiting transport, ready to embark on the next chapter of humanity's odyssey among the stars. The path ahead was uncertain, but with the unwavering support of the Galactic Council and the collective might of the human civilization, she knew that the possibilities were truly limitless.